Where this flag flies, you'll find champions. No other sport on earth celebrates its legends like this. Truly competing with as much passion, with as much talent, and with as much enthusiasm as they ever have. This is the story of the 2013 Champions Tour season from the men who captured the majors, who authored the shots, and who made history this year on the over 50 circuit.
Hello, welcome, and happy holidays. I'm David Marr as we wrap up the 2013 season on the Champions Tour with Kenny Perry. What a wonderful year it was for Kenny this season. And each year we try and come up with a title for our program that matches the theme of the year on the Champions Tour. This year, with all those 8 of them, multiple winners on the Champions Tour and just the breadth of talent out there, I would say parity and Perry are the 2 most important things. And I can announce here in early December that today we're finding out that Kenny Perry rewarded for his 2 major championships and also the year-long Charles Schwab Cup points race with the Player of the Year award. Fitting, you should get it, the Jack Nicklaus Award. 3 times you won the Memorial. What does it mean to you to be Player of the Year?
Well, you know, that's an honor that is voted on by your peers. And, you know, I've got all these great Hall of Famers and all these great men that I looked up to that try to be a part of, and now they're voting, and they voted me Player of the Year. What a great honor. I mean, it blows me away what 2013 was for Kenny Perry and his family, and to be able to stand up and be Player of the Year. I mean, to me, it's one of the greatest honors I've ever achieved.
And here we are 31 years after it all kind of started, before any thoughts of year-ending awards, right here at Bent Pine in Vero Beach. Tell us about your start here.
Yeah, this is where it all started. I worked for Dennis Satishir. We call him Football. He's a big buddy of Tom Kite's, and he is now at Caves Valley. But, you know, Dennis, I tell everybody that Dennis drove me to the PGA Tour, because here I am, I'm the bag boy, and at the time, you know, we didn't have this beautiful clubhouse. We were working out of this house right over here, and I've had to run all the way to the basement of this facility to get all the golf carts, and I had to clean the clubs, and he was always all over me, getting mad at me, saying, you didn't clean the clubs, you know, the carts are, because I'd sneak out to the back of the range, and I'd be hitting balls, you know, I was practicing, and, you know, I was here from 1982 to 1986, and you know, it was just great. The membership here is fantastic, beautiful facilities. You know, Pat Gorman is now the head pro here, and he's one of my dear friends. And, you know, this is where it all began for Kenny Perry, and this is why I play golf, and this is what's very important to me and special in my life.
Well, in the early 80s, football might have been a little bit frustrated with you out there on the practice tee right now. I know he's proud, as are all the Bent Pine members, and Golf Channel's own Trip Eisenhower, who worked here as well. While we take a moment, we're going to review this 2013 season. Parity and Perry. Enjoy.
Even with the Kentucky native slightly rising above his peers, we see an incredibly balanced level of competition. Never before has there been an era where we've witnessed more players sharing in the winning on the Champions Tour. In 2012, for the first time in the Tour's 33-year history, not a single player won more than 2 tournaments. Then this year, once again, that trend continued. Through the first 24 of 26 events, no player was able to break through with a 3-win season. That was until Kenny Perry did it in late October at the AT&T Championship.
The competition is amazing on the Champions Tour. The guys are fantastic. We have a lot to offer. The people need to kind of pay attention to us more.
Kenny is still very capable, say, on the PGA Tour, and I think it took him a little while to believe or to want to be on the Champions Tour and to show who the real sheriff is, I guess.
Perry earned that badge with his 3 victories, including 2 major championships, to inch above the competition. But even the new sheriff couldn't always lock away victory, getting outdueled by Koki Adoki at the Senior PGA Championship and losing in a playoff to Esteban Toledo in Montreal. In fact, that gap between Kenny Perry and his pursuers is slim, with dozens of players with world-class ability, with Hall of Fame credentials, and with a thirst for chasing championships hot on his heels.
It's hard to win. You know, whoever tells you, you know, to play the last 5 holes with a 1-shot lead, and if you're a great name player, it's easy, you know, they're dead wrong. We have great players.
these guys are still very, very good at what they do, and they all are very competitive. Won a lot of golf tournaments. They won a lot of major tournaments.
Gone are the days when a small group of players grabbed the majority of the wins. Granted, there were significantly more events played in the 1990s, but Irwin won 9 tournaments in just 23 starts in 1997. He notched 7 wins in 22 events in '98, and Trevino grabbed 7 trophies in just 28 tries during his reign of dominance. Compare that to the current state of competition. This year we saw 18 different winners in the 26 official events. While 8 of those were multiple winners, Kenny Perry the only man to cash 3 winners' checks in 2013.
I don't see better competition anywhere. I tell everybody, you want to come out and play? I don't care how old you are. Come on, bring it on with us. We'll show you a thing or two out here.
The Walrus comes out of hibernation in 2013. After racking up 8 wins on the Champions Tour in his first 2 seasons, Craig Stadler was winless for more than 8 years. That was until a Sunday afternoon in June in suburban Chicago. Playing in the final round of the Encompass Championship, Stadler nearly holes out for an eagle at the 6th. Also in contention, Fred Couples, who shot 66 to close to within a shot. But Stadler on 18 to earn the long-awaited victory.
While Stadler claimed his first win in a decade, Kenny Perry was looking for his first major championship victory in a 31-year career, and he came oh so close on the PGA Tour, having lost a playoff at the 2009 Masters, and 13 years earlier, another playoff in his home state of Kentucky at the 1996 PGA Championship.
I don't think you ever put it behind you. The loss in the 96 PGA to Mark Brooks and to Angel Cabrera, the 2009 Masters, you know, you carry that with you till you die. I mean, those are feelings that I'll never lose. And I still feel like I'm in the playoff. I still feel the loss. I still feel the hurt. And then when I came to the Senior PGA this year and had a 3-shot lead with 5 to play and let it get away again, you know, then you really start having doubt in yourself. This is probably never going to happen.
Kenny Perry arrived at the Constellation Senior Players Championship in Pittsburgh, hoping his luck in majors would finally turn around. More than 4 inches of rain made Fox Chapel Golf Club ripe for low scores, but the 53-year-old Perry didn't take advantage early after opening with a 71. At one point, he trailed by 8 shots. Perry decided to change things up after the first round. He switched to a putter with more loft. It helped him master the Poa annua greens as he fired back-to-back rounds of 63. Suddenly, he trailed leader Fred Couples by just 2 strokes. Unlike past majors, Sunday belonged to Perry.
Good shot here. He's got a chance to start closing that door.
Exactly. Good line here.
Oh, exactly the way you're supposed to play that shot.
His impressive wedge shot at 16 set up an easy birdie. And he didn't let up on 17. Perry blasted a 6-iron that landed just 2 feet from the hole and led to his 6th birdie of the day.
Oh, my.
He laid up on the par 5 18th, finished with a par, and stood alone at the top for the first time in a major championship.
To win in a golf tournament is the ultimate, and winning a major on the PGA Tour or the Champions Tour is incredible. And to finally do it is such a self-fulfilling moment for me, for my family. Everybody knows how long I worked, 30 years out here trying to, you know, be competitive, to be the best I can be and be successful. And it's neat to have a major title by your name now. It's a pretty neat accomplishment.
Perry fired a bogey-free round of 64 for a 2-shot victory over Duffy Waldorf. He made 19 birdies and 2 eagles in his last 3 rounds to finally end his pattern of major heartaches.
If it was never going to happen, I was going to be very content and very happy with my career, but it happened.
And did it ever. In the very next major championship at the U.S. Senior Open, Perry found himself again 2 shots out of first on Sunday at a major. But he moved quickly up the leaderboard thanks to a red-hot putter.
You know, I'm coming in there on an emotional high, for one thing. I told everybody after I won Pittsburgh, I said, well, now I've got one major, maybe the door will open and the next one will come quicker and easier.
He grabbed the lead after birdies on 2 and 3 and had 4 consecutive birdies, parting front 930, and kept his brilliant play going on into 14.
You're right.
Pretty shot. This is a pretty shot.
Trying to hold off a charging Rocco Mediate, Perry made another birdie on 15.
Is not going to let this one get away.
He tapped in for par on 18 for a 63, tying the best final round score ever at the U.S. Senior Open. His 4-round total of 13 under par gave him a 5-stroke victory over 2009 champion Fred Funk. Perry became only the 9th player in history to win consecutive senior majors.
USGA set that golf course up with 6-inch rough. It was a very hilly, very physically demanding walking golf course. I had a big advantage. There's a lot of bunkering that I could carry with my length, and a lot of people had to play around them, so it made the hole a lot more difficult. And the fairway was a lot wider for me, and I knew the golf course was going to fall right into my hands. Next thing you know, I'm walking away with the trophy.
There's some serious competition on our tour, and for him to win back-to-back majors is quite impressive.
Well, winning 2 major championships and as easily as he seemingly did it is pretty impressive. Doesn't really look like there's an end in sight for him.
The final full field event of the 2013 Champions Tour, the AT&T Championship from TPC San Antonio. Showcasing the top 2 players on the over 50 circuit, Kenny Perry leading the season-long Charles Schwab Cup points race, and Bernhard Langer, the man looking to chase him down. On Sunday, those two separate themselves from a 5-way tie at the top. Langer for birdie at the 17th, part of a final round 67. And Perry with a chance to equal that score with a par-saving attempt at the final hole. Those two go into a playoff where, on the first extra hole, Perry has a chance to win the 19th event of his career, but the first with his daughter Lindsay witnessing. The birdie attempt finds its target.
Where's Chase? There he is. This is the one who got married.
1 week later, Harding Park in San Francisco welcomed the top 30 on the money list for the season finale, the Charles Schwab Cup Championship. To win the coveted cup, Langer would have to win the tournament and hope for Perry to finish worse than a 2-way tie for 5th. Otherwise, Perry wins the cup and the $1 million bonus. In the subplot, Fred Couples trying to complement a season of 4 runner-ups with his first win of 2013. The pitch at the par 5 4th gives Couples a 4-shot lead. Then at the 7th, one of 22 birdies on the week. Langer in second place, but with lots of ground to make up. The birdie at 14 comes up short. Langer eventually ties for second. Perry now for birdie at the 10th. He would tie for 5th to secure the cup. And at the top, Couples to close at 18, the only man with all 4 rounds in the 60s for his 9th Champions Tour win in just 53 starts. Couples and Perry share the stage in the winner's presentation. Kenny Perry with both hands on the most sought-after prize in senior golf.
A lot of drama down the stretch at Harding Park. The year-long Charles Schwab Cup points race came to that final day, and Kenny Perry, you walked away with that. What does that achievement mean in your ranking of achievements?
Well, I mean, the hits just keep on coming, KP, you know, from 2 majors and then to win the Charles Schwab Cup, another great accomplishment for me. I said, it's 29 against 1. I need to hold my good buddy Bernhard Langer off of me one more week because this guy, he's unbelievable. I mean, he just kept playing great week after week, and he was knocking on the door. And then to have him walk onto the green and give me a hug, I had so many people comment on that at home and around. They said, that Bernard Langer must be a great guy, because we love his show of support of you, and he came out and congratulated you. And, you know, I've really become a huge fan of him and really admire that man.
We're going to wrap up this program, and I'm going to say goodbye. But before I do, we're going to start with one of the great shots of the year and then go into a bunch more of the great shots of 2013. Let's start with the Senior PGA Championship, and it was yours. Why don't you take us home and tell us a bit about that unbelievable shot?
You know, I only had about a 15-yard chip shot or 10-yard chip shot, and I'm swinging at it like a baseball bat. You know, the ball was way above me. It was almost at eye level. And next thing you know, I take this swing at it, and it felt good when I hit it, and I look up, and then it landed right on the green, and it rolled just like a putt, and went right in the middle of the hole. I mean, it's a 1 in a gazillion shot. I couldn't do that again if you paid me. So it was a miracle shot. It was probably one of the greatest shots I've ever hit.
Well, one of the great shots of 2013. From there, he'd go on to win 2 more major championships, year-long Charles Schwab Cup points race. Player of the Year, Kenny Perry. Thanks for joining us, and thank you all for watching as you watch these final fantastic shots from 2013. On the Champions Tour, it was all about parity and Perry.